Welcome to The Explainer. So, today we're looking at a story out of Northeast India that, on the surface, looks like a massive win for disaster management. We're talking high-tech alerts, saving lives, the whole deal. But as we're about to find out, the real story here is way more complex.
Okay, let's dive in with this quote because it really just cuts right to the heart of the matter. It makes you stop and ask a pretty tough question, right? Is all this tech actually making people safer? Or is it maybe just making them feel safer?
All right, so first up, let's look at the official story. You've got Meghalaya being praised, held up as the shining example of disaster preparedness in the Northeast. And honestly, when you first see the numbers, you totally get why. So the State Disaster Management Authority, the SDMA, they've sent out 62 separate alerts. We're talking floods, landslides, you name it. That's 62 times they've tried to get the jump on a disaster and give people a heads up. And check this out. These messages weren't just shouted into the void. Nope. They landed in the pockets of over 728,000 people. I mean, that's a huge chunk of the state getting a direct warning right on their phone. And it gets even crazier. Get this. The grand total of individual alerts delivered? Over 1.38 times million. Think about that. That means folks are getting multiple warnings for different threats. On paper, that looks like a serious commitment to keeping people in the loop. So, you're probably wondering, how does all this magic happen? Well, it's a system called the Common Alerting Protocol, or CAP for short. The easiest way to think about it is like a universal remote for emergency alerts. The authorities can push one button, and that single message goes out to everyone, on every kind of device, all at once. Pretty slick. Okay, so the technology works, the numbers don't lie, but this is where the story takes a turn, because it brings up a much, much bigger question. What does prepared really mean?
And that really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Is just sending a message enough? I mean, can a text message actually protect you when a flood is coming or the earth starts to slide? Wow, this quote it hits you, doesn't it? It perfectly captures this terrifying idea that a warning without a real plan, well, it's not a lifeline. It's just a countdown to disaster. It's like watching a clock tick down and you're totally powerless to stop it. And this is what leads us to something that experts call the preparedness gap. It's this huge chasm between knowing something bad is on the way and actually being ready to face it. And this slide just lays it all out, crystal clear. On one side, you've got information. That's the easy stuff, right? Sending a text is cheap. It's fast. You can reach a ton of people. But then you have infrastructure, actual shelters, stockpiled supplies, evacuation routes that people can actually use. That's the hard part. It's expensive, it takes forever to build, and it looks like all the focus has been on the easy part. And this is the real shocker. For all the shiny numbers about messages sent, there is a gaping hole where the important data should be. We have no idea how many people actually evacuated. We don't know if communities even had a plan. Did these warnings actually save any lives compared to before? The answer is silence. We just don't know. Which leads us to something we all need to think about. When we see these big headlines about millions of alerts, what are we actually celebrating? Are we measuring the things that truly matter? This table really breaks it down. Look, we are fantastic at measuring the inputs, how many alerts we send. We're great at measuring the outputs, how many texts get delivered. But where are the outcomes? We aren't measuring how many people got to safety, we aren't measuring how many lives were saved, or how much damage was prevented. We're tracking the activity, but completely missing the impact. And the impact is the only thing that actually counts. So let's just boil it all down to this one crucial point. The system is proven to be operational. Yes, it works. The messages get sent. But has it been proven to be effective? That's a totally different question. We know the machine runs, but we have absolutely zero proof that it's actually doing its job, saving lives. So you might be thinking, okay, this is pretty bleak. What can I even do? Well, this is where it comes back to us. It really does. Because when the public is informed, we can start demanding better. We can push for real safety, not just the appearance of safety. So here are 3 really simple but powerful things you can do. First, just ask. Talk to people in your community. Hey, did you get that alert? Did you know what to do? Second, verify. Go to your local disaster authority's website or even visit them. Ask them, where's the nearest shelter? Is it ready to go? And third, challenge. We need to demand that the SDMMA start publishing the numbers that matter. Evacuations, lives saved, the real outcome. And that's really the thought I want to leave you with. It's a tough one. A warning, but with no real way to escape.
Is that actually better than no warning at all? It forces us to redefine what safety really means. Is it just knowing that danger is coming? Or is it having a fighting chance to survive it?